Alright, good afternoon everyone. Today is Monday, November 21st, 2011. We're going to go through the trades from the morning session, the morning live trading room session. The trades we took, the trades we didn't take, trades we missed, all that sort of stuff. You can see right here we got our 2 points like we always try to do. We have 3 contracts going. We got our 24 ticks. Profit, which is what we are striving to do each day, get at least that much locked in before we go on to before we move on to do a lot of the training stuff. All right, now I don't know why I have 2 of those open, but now that I've shown that, I'd like to get that done right at the beginning of every recording, so if anybody wants to go to the recording just to see it, they can see it right away. Now we're going to scroll back here, guys, to the beginning of the day, and we'll show you the trades we took. We had a couple of break-even trades and a couple of winning trades. We ended up taking those 2 points, 1 point at a time, and I'll show you that. We also took another couple of points, and I'll show you that too. That's what Dwayne was just talking about. Now this is when the market opened up here, guys. It opened up in here. It didn't give us an opportunity until all the way over here. See, we couldn't get into this area right here because of that. We needed it to break down, give us a lower swing, and we shorted right here. We were right before the news here. We had a point in this trade, and we moved our stop to break even, and it came and got us at break even. We did have a point in that trade. Had we not moved our stop at all, we would have gone to profit on that. The next one, shortly after the news event, which by the way was home sales, I believe, and it was a little higher than anticipated. We had another short opportunity here. We had a lower swing, pull back up to the BBC. We shorted that again. Again, we had a point profit in it, and moved our stop to break even, and we were taken out at break even. That one, let's see, did it eventually move far enough against us? I think it did move far enough against us. It would have stopped us out had we stayed in it. All right, then the market was sideways for quite a while until we actually had one of these trades over here. This was what we refer to as a George trade, a G trade. One of our partners created the trade. All right, so the market pulled up here, and we shorted this pullback right here, and we did take a point out of this one. This one had more than a point in it, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to take the point out and see what it does. I'm going to just lock in a point, and I locked in the point. It took me out at a point, and it did go through the 2-point profit target. We did the same thing again a couple minutes later, and it went through the profit target. Now, while I'm saying this, you may have noticed on Dwayne's DOM that he had plus 20 ticks profit for his one contract that he had put on right here. He traded the same thing. He got in 1 tick lower than us. I think we got in as 775 here. He got in at 7.5, and he traded this for the full 5 points. Well, it actually went a little more than 5 points, I think, but he took 5 points out of it, I think, when it pulled up right in here. And he walked everyone through that as it was happening during the live training session this morning. Okay, then the market moved around a little bit more in here. This was not a G trade. I know some of the partners in the room this morning were wondering why. It was because this right here was the first pullback after the elbow broke. All right, and this was the break right here. We broke, and now in here during the break, over here is where we shorted the market. Right in here, Dwayne was saying price was up here, I believe. Yeah, price was up here, and and Dwayne was saying he would consider shorting 84. Was it right in there? I think it was 84 quarter if the market went down to it. It might have been over here somewhere, but 84 quarter. And I took the trade. I put the trade on and put a sell stop on at 84 quarter. And it filled me at 84 quarter. It pulled back against me a little bit here, and then it went down to the profit target during the break. All right. There was there was one other opportunity right here during the break. This was a regular trade right here, first regular CFRN trade that went down to the profit target from 83 quarter down to 81 quarter. All right. In here there was no trade. Okay, so that was pretty much it from the morning session on the 4-tick range. Now let's jump over here. We'll look at the 2100 tick. for a minute. Okay, there's a partner, Mike R, who had in one of the partners meetings shown everyone how he trades here. So we have taken to defining his trades or identifying his trades during the live trading room when we can. There was one right there, by the way, during the break. I'm going to take that yellow off of there because I only put yellow on when we actually take the trade. But there was one right there. That was one of his trades. Long off the BBC right there. Also long off the BBC right over here. Short off the BBC over here. And short off the BBC over here. And possibly right here too, but not right there. And those were his trades from the morning session, I believe. I don't think there were any more. Yeah, those weren't in here. I'm sorry. This would have been long right here. That would not have worked. Okay. Those were his trades from the morning. On the 2100 tick chart. Alright, now, our regular 10,000 contract trades. I didn't take any trades off of anything but the YM 500 contract in the ES4 tick range this morning. But I'll just point out here on the YM what we look for. This was the open. This was the open. Price pulled away. It pulled back to the BBC after the bearish cross. Price pulled back to the BBC where we would have shorted had we not had support right below us. That did work out anyway. Then for me, I just wait at that point for it to cross back up above and look for a bullish opportunity. Obviously, we had more bearish opportunities than bullish opportunities, but here it did cross back up above here, and the pullback was right here for another 2-point move upward. Alright, and that was all there was on the 10K this morning. Now, let's look over here at the YM. I did take one trade on the YM this morning, which was right here. But there were a couple of nice YM trade setups that I didn't take. There's one of them right there. I think that was the first one. From the open this morning, the YM ran down so fast and hard that that it didn't give us any opportunity. Oops, sorry. It didn't give us any opportunity until this spot right here, and I wasn't looking at it when that happened. That was a good opportunity to short the YM. When I short the YM, I look for a bearish cross, MA1 down below the BBC. The MA1 is this line right here. The BBC is the green line. I look for the bearish cross and the first pullback up to the BBC. That's what I look for. Alright, if we get that, then I like to use just 7 ticks risk on these, because if you're right, you're really going to be right, and if you're wrong, you're really going to be wrong. So usually, 7 ticks. Sometimes I'll stretch it out to 10. I won't usually go more than that. My profit target, the bracket is a 7x20 bracket, risk reward. But I'll often adjust my bracket, my target, depending on where the MA1 is. All right, the MA1 will often hold price in. It hasn't done a very good job at it today, but you can see right here we had a nice move down and a second pullback here. If you were the type of trader who likes to take more than one, then there was a second pullback right there that moved down, and a third pullback there, and a fourth pullback there. And this pullback right here was the first one that would have stopped you out had you been doing that. All right. This trade here I did actually take. We had the bullish cross, pull back down. I got in here, and once it started to get up here, I think it had 15 ticks in it or something like that. I think I got, what did I get? 12. I got 12 ticks out of that. When it started to stall here at the MA1 is when I had moved my stop up to plus 10 ticks, I think, and then it ended up coming back down and getting me. You can see we had a bearish cross and a pull back up to the BBC right there that I did not do. That was going into the break. Then we had these two high momentum bars that just went right through the BBC on this pullback here, with a pullback down right here after the bullish cross and a bounce. This is what I mean by if it's right, it's going to be really right, and if it's wrong, like this over here, it's going to be really wrong. All right. So this went from the BBC up to the MA1, and the MA1 held the price like it usually does. It held the price nicely, and it just rejected it. All right, and you can see right now over here, price is starting to move down again. I suspect it may move down to the 1175 area before we're done. We'll see. But this right here, guys, all the partners in the room that are watching here right now, this right here is a G setup. Okay? So far, it is. you would be selling 84.50 on a limit right here. All right, and that, my friends, was the morning session.